So my number two is this might not be most people might not understand him, but Phil Hartman is just so good. Again, it's not as dry as maybe like a Norm Macdonald, but it's so like in your face comedy that like if you don't love it, like you don't like comedy. And so I had to put Phil Hartman up there because every time I watch a skit or every time I even a movie or a TV show or everything he did, like he's one of those people that draws you in. And he makes you appreciate his work, makes you appreciate his comedy, and I've always loved him. So I'll throw Phil Hartman in there at number two.
My number two might be a surprise because most people probably have him number one. But it's Eddie Murphy. Murphy is my number two. And I like it was him and Piscopo were the only good things when they were going right then.
Right.
We had Mr. Robertson's Neighborhood.
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. Love
I
it.
remember the one that I remember the most is when he pretended to be a white man and he goes through and they're like, "Oh, you don't need to pay for that." Yeah. Eddie
I mean, it's
Murphy,
hard. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's good.
he brought SNL back.
Right.
It was dead. And then him and Piscopo brought it back. But he was the star.
Right. I didn't put Eddie Murphy on my list, and it's mostly because SNL was down at that time.
Yeah, but it was because of him that they lived.
Right. Yeah, it's great. Wes, what do you got at two?
Oh, it's already been said. Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
That's
That
awesome.
was when I started watching it again when I was a kid. Yeah.
It's just too hard to leave him off the list, I think.
I'm happy everyone has him on the list. I should have done him higher, but I knew I had to put Norm on my list because he's
Well, a lot of these guys, I haven't watched because I would only know if I watched the rerun.